What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Switch Life with TV. I am Poetry. You are here for a review of a movie. Yesterday, I started watching The Purge. I know most of you are out there with the No Kings protest, but I started late at night, so hopefully a few of you were able to join in. But that didn't happen. But it doesn't matter. Okay, I don't have a tooth in my mouth, so I'm gonna be talking kind of funny. Try not to show y'all my gap, but we gonna roll with it. My gums are swole. I burnt myself on some pizza rolls. Anywho, so The Purge. I posted on the community tab. This is my first time watching them. I couldn't do a live reaction. I'm kind of glad I didn't because for the most part, I was sitting there just bug-eyed. Like, I don't even think I made a sound until a couple scenes later on down the road. But what is clear to me is that this current administration watches a lot of TV, watches a lot of movie. Usually art imitates life, but they are really trying to bring these TV show dystopian futures to life here. We already see that Mike Johnson acts like he's part of the Handmaid's Tale. I think that's why they named the Washington Redskins the Washington Commanders. I talked about that when that happened. I also believe that the TV show Continuum, Strange Days, things like that. Those are shows that are saying when the corporations take over. I mean, we have stuff like Terminator and things like that. But a lot of the times, a lot of things that they're showing is happening now. You know, history tends to repeat itself, but I'm more current with things that happen in my lifetime. So this movie was filmed in 2013, but it's set in the year of 2022. How closely ironic is that? So there's a new government. Forgot what it's FNFF, I think that's what it's called. They are a white Christian nationalist type of government. And they believe that people are beneath them. You know, and in order for the society to exist and be better is to wipe out and eliminate people who don't contribute to society. Those being poor people, those being black people, those being immigrant people. Those are most ones who are not contributors to society in this movie. How ironic is that? How parallel is that to today's society? I know a lot of times people try to say that what's going on is not necessarily a race war. It's a class war. It's the rich against the poor. In essence, I can agree with that, but the class system was based primarily on race. True, you say there's low income white folks, there's low income immigrants, you know, things of that nature. However, those low income immigrants and those low income white folks, they still think that black people and brown people are beneath them, which goes back to race. So even within the class, there's racism within the class that helps delineate even further our worth and our value in their eyes. So, but that's what's going on in this particular movie. So, this newfound government, what they're doing is purging the population, which is what I told y'all Donald Trump is trying to do. He's trying to depopulize the United States. So, hold on for a second. This little girl walking with this dog. I just had her clean her shit up out my neighbor's yard. I thought her dog was going to stop in my yard too. No, she did. Okay. So, yeah, they try to depopulize the United States. So what they've done in this movie is set 8 years after everything kicked off. It's 8 years down the road. People are now comfortable with what's going on. So what the purge is every year for 12 hours, crime is not illegal. Any type of crime. You can rape somebody. You can kill somebody. You can steal from somebody. For 12 hours, you can do the most. You can do whatever. You can massacre people. You can eat people. You can take people out in those 12 hours. And this is to help cleanse society. And with this cleansing, the people who are doing the cleansing feel like they're being blessed by God of some sort, some kind of way. Like I said, it's too scarily close to what's going on in society right now, because I believe that these motherfuckers in the White House believe that they can cleanse the United States of everybody they don't want to cleanse. That's why so many people get snatched off the street. Half the people you don't know where they at, where they gone to. Where he's randomly taking out boats in the sea, Caribbean Sea. Um, and he's trying to make this a global thing. I don't know for certain if the movie was global. It might have been. I know in The Handmaid's Tale it had become a global thing. Was it as popular other places? But yeah. So that's what's going on in this movie. So in 2022, we are introduced to this family. Ethan Hawke, his name was James. His wife was Mary. She is the woman who played Cersei Lannister on what's the name of the movie? Not movie, TV show, Game of Thrones. They have a daughter named Zoe, and they have a son named Charlie. Okay, so when we open up, we are having Mary. She's being greeted by her neighbor Grace. Grace has brought her over some cookies or what have you, and the husband has just got some type of nomination for an award for being the best salesperson of the year. He sells security systems. The security systems are to keep the purgers out of your home. Now he's the top seller of all these systems. My thing is, when I first heard this, I was like, well, if you selling everybody these systems, everybody should know how to operate them. Every person you sell them to should know how to operate them. So if they want to come get you, they will. That was my first thought. Okay. Um, but you could clearly see it's some type of dissension, some type of jealousy in the neighborhood, because apparently Mary and James have added an extension of their home, making their home so much more grander. Their home is so big that children get lost in it. That's how big it is. And one of the ladies, Grace, made a comment about how her husband sold so many systems that he made money off of their backs, and they're just flaunting it in front of everybody's face. And Mary was like, "That's how you really feel?" She tried to talk around and sugarcoat it. Another couple pulled up, a black and white couple, biracial couple pulled up, and just said what's up to Grace and said what's up to Mary. And they was all pretty much hunkering down in the neighborhood to get ready for this big purge for the night. Now, I noticed that everybody was putting out blue flowers. I forgot what the flowers were called, but they was putting these blue flowers out all over town. The blue flowers indicated that you were indeed down with the purge. You were okay with everybody killing up everybody for the next 12 hours. I'm cool with it. Um, and everybody in today's society, all these fuck around and found out people, they was cool with Donald Trump suppressing other people's rights. They was cool with it. They was gonna hunker down and let shit happen to everybody else. But just like in real life, how people are fucking around and found out, James and his family fucked around and found out that the purge did not exempt them. So while they were in this household, his daughter Zoe was messing around with a guy that was a little bit older than her. Didn't really get the age difference spelled out to us in the movie. But right before the purge, he had to go home. Right, everybody had to go lock down and just prepare for it. The little son, they watching all this activity on the news and watching about how the purge all came about and when it started back in 2014, and they're showing footage of people being beheaded and all kind of stuff. And the son is like, "Why are we agreeing to this?" And the dad is like, "Because it works. The economy is doing its best. Unemployment is down to 1%. There's barely any crime. You know, um, it works. The system is working, right?" Um, and so, but Charlie is like, "So if it came to push the shove, would you be out there killing folks too?" First Mama was like, "Nah, we wouldn't be doing it." But then Daddy was like, "If we have to protect my family, I would." Okay, so that's the whole synopsis of the whole thing, right there. Charlie was like not sure about it. Zoe, like I said, she was dealing with the boyfriend, and her daddy didn't want the boyfriend to be around. So when lockdown came, 7 p.m. from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., that's the lockdown. Everybody go out on this killing spree. no emergency services are available. Don't take your ass to a hospital walking like that. They can kill you for any reason. And they monitoring the activity on the street. And they seeing a whole lot of people dressed up going over to Grace's house. Now, Grace has just told Mary she's not going to have a purge party this year, but it appears she's having a purge party. People that walk around with their machetes, their guns, and they all heading over to Grace crib to all kumbaya together and watch on TV, just like they did back in the day when they was watching black people being hung from poplar trees. They going home to watch it on the news and see where the killing goes. Now, when 7 o'clock came, everybody locked down their house. I mean, he had steel doors and bars and everything come around the house. But the thing was, it's a possibility that people could still get in if they really wanted to. So they sitting there and they watching, they monitoring, they watching other people go over to Grace's house. Henry, who is Zoe's boyfriend, somehow was able to sneak back in. And he tells Zoe, I'm gonna go talk to your daddy mano y mano, to find out why the heck he don't like me. He gonna have to accept me. Ain't gonna have no choice but to sit here and listen to me because we all locked inside this house. He can't put me outside. If he tries to put me outside, that means he gotta make his house unsecure again. Well, come to find out, Henry was not just trying to come talk to daddy. He wanted to put a bullet in his ass, right? So Henry came in and him and James got into it. They got into a shootout as well. Henry put out his gun, James put out his gun, and James ended up killing Henry. That was the whole start of it all. So when Zoe runs in and Mary runs in and trying to figure out what's all the commotion about or who got hit, who got hurt, Zoe takes off running outside the house, and everybody starts to run around the house to try to find where Zoe went. That's what I'm saying. This house big as fuck. Okay, so he trying to find out where Mary went, this, that, and third. Now, while they doing that, Charlie is looking at the security cams, and it's a man running down the street, a black man running down the street, screaming. At first he didn't have the sound on, he could just see him, and he's ducking and he's hiding. Then all of a sudden you could hear him screaming, and then Charlie could see a whole group of savage ass white folks coming down the streets with their guns and their machetes and shit. They must be looking for this black man. So Charlie, while all the commotion going on in his house, decides to unlock the house, and bring in whoever this strange black man is running down the street. Or once James realized what was going on, he had to stop looking for Zoe, and he took off to go try to re-secure the house. But he did it. Well, the black man got inside the house just in the nick of time. And like I said, when all that situation went down and Henry got shot, the black man was able to disappear into the house. They didn't know where the fuck he went. They didn't know if he was friend or foe. But he came in, he was all bloodied and beaten up and everything. Now, for those of you who have not seen the movie I have seen, that's all I'm going to say is, oh no, I'm not going to say nothing. Because that'll give away a little bit about that fourth movie. Okay, so I'm going to keep that to myself right now. Because hopefully y'all come on in and watch the second movie, which is going to be on Tuesday night. Okay, so now at this point, the group of mob that was coming down the street, they decided to come over to the house. I forgot the name of the family. The Sandin family was James' last name. They come to the house and they tell him, look here, we know you got this homeless person in your house. He's a menace to society. He's not worth living. He's our fucking sacrifice. We need to get what's ours, right? So you need to give him to us. Now, you got to this certain time a day, a night to give him to us, or we're going to kill all y'all. And we can't get in, okay? So Charlie is like, no, Dad, we ain't giving him up. No, we're not. I saved him for a reason. But Daddy is like, no, this is what we got to do. We got to find this man. So the dude is moving all around the house. Zoe's still moving all around the house. They can't find each other, Mama going crazy. She got a gun now, trying to help them find this man in the house. They're going to give up this man. And James trying to find the man. And he got his gun. And everybody going through the house. It's dark. They got all the lights out because, one, they don't want the mob of people outside to see in, even though they got, all the security system things. So as the night progressed, Charlie finds the man. He has like a little robot drone-ish type thing. And he finds the man. And he leads the man to his secret hiding place in his house. Try to keep this man safe. Well, Zoe finds the little robot toy and she's talking to her brother like, hey, I don't know where you at. I'm good, you good, whatever, whatever, whatever. I'm finna go hide in your hiding space. Which is where Charlie just sent the man child. So James and they're still going around the house looking and everything. And he ends up in Charlie's room. Charlie's still hiding. And when he does, the man has Zoe by the neck, like it with a gun to her head, like, hey, you shoot, I shoot, your daughter gonna die. So that type of thing. So it was a big to do, a big kerfuffle. Why they having this disagreement and he trying to get away? He like, look, I don't want to harm your daughter. I just want to live. Okay, his house big enough for them to hide in and everything, but the mob still outside. The mob is coming in with batter rams and everything. They knocking down the doors. They really trying to get inside because they feel this man is their property. Their right to. They have the right to kill this man because the law says so. Oh, that just reminds me of putting me back in slavery time. Everybody was killing people, black folks, and hanging black folks, and it was the law. They had the right to do it. You know what I'm saying? And just because somebody has a right to do something doesn't mean it's right. You know. Um. So the mama, she ends up sneaking up on the back of the black man, and they actually able to get him down. They fight him, they stab him, they duct tape him up, this, then the third. He already had wounds from when he first came to the house, and they were torturing this man, trying to get him, duct tape up to the chair, and he was fighting back. He duct taped his arms, his legs, his mouth duct tape, and he's still fighting. He wiggling and worming and everything, still fighting them back. He ain't finna go into this chair. And so James told his wife, get something and stick him in his wounds. And Mary's like, I can't do that. And Charlie's like, no, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Now the daughter, she had been knocked unconscious in the scuffle, and she's coming to, and she's seeing her daddy torture this man, and her mama torture this man, and tears just coming down her face, and then she's crying, but she really can't move because she was just knocked unconscious. She in pain herself. Charlie screaming, everybody screaming. People outside still banging to come in. They trying to knock down the door. Did that the third, right? It's wasp. I gotta find the wasp nest. I see it. Where he go? I don't know where that wasp just went. It's at my house. Where's the nest? Where's the nest? I'm gonna find you. You can't live here. Okay, so um, where am I at? They finally get the man duct taped to the chair. How did it happen? They were gonna get him outside, and the wife said, "No, we can't do this. How did we become these people?" And the daddy was like, yes, we can do this. You know what I'm saying? Zoe went running off because she was hurt, when she got herself together. I forgot where Charlie went. Or he told Charlie to go do something, go get something, or what have you. And there was a conversation that James had with his daughter before she decided to run off. She was saying that you basically have become these people that's outside. I don't know the man that you are. I don't respect the man that you are. You a lost cause at this particular case. They kind of hit him in the song. So James went and found his wife, and he told his wife, "We not gonna do it." Well, the guy in the chair, the black guy, he had said, he got his mouth free. He said, "You know what? Go ahead and give them to me. Go ahead and give me to them. Save your family. I understand. Go ahead, put me out there. I'm putting your family in jeopardy by being here. Go ahead and send me to the wolves." So that's when James changed his mind after listening to him and listening to his daughter. Like, I can't do this, man. And so he goes and he finds Mary in the house. He said, "You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna fight." So he armed everybody, right? The mob outside is coming in. And they coming in attacking left and right. I'm not gonna go over all the fights and stuff. You should have been there, you should have watched it maybe. But they go into all this fight, and at some point, James gets killed, the daddy. When James is killed, the mob of people who are still left alive, a lot of them got killed too. They decide to tie up the mama and tie up the kids because they going next. They finna take them out too. Um, yeah, they finna take them out too. And then out of nowhere, Grace comes out of nowhere. Bada, 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 taking motherfuckers out. The interracial couple taking motherfuckers out. And Mary and the kids, they free. They safe. Or so they fucking thought. The only reason why them damn people killed the other people, because they felt that they should have been the ones to kill them. Grace and the interracial couple turned on Mary and them child. And they was about to kill Mary, take her out. They was about to get him. And the black dude, I forgot he was in the house still at this time. He came out and he saved them. Now, he didn't kill him because Mary was like, no, we going to wait until the clock run out. We going to live in peace for the rest of this fucking night. And Grace was still trying to attack Mary. And she like, bitch, I'm trying to let everybody live until 7 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Until 7 a.m. At 7 a.m., the clock struck 7, you know, it was now illegal again to do a crime. And Mary let them out the house. And I'm thinking, these motherfuckers gonna fuck you up next year. They didn't kill you this year? Oh, they're gonna fuck you up next year. Okay. Especially she had already busted Grace's nose when Grace was trying to take the gun from her during her peacetime. She smashed Grace's bitch ass head into the table. Okay. My daughter just texted me and said she ready. I told her I was already in the car. Maybe she coming out. Maybe she coming out soon. Okay. So yeah. The black man walked out to safety, so to speak, on his way to wherever he was going. Mary asked him, is he going to be all right? Mary asked him, is he going to be okay? He said he was going to be good. And this man had really did many lines throughout this whole movie, but he's a very important factor in this movie. And I think he may show up in the other movies and play some kind of role, because I believe the next movie, which I'm going to watch Tuesday, Anarchy, is just 2 years later after this event. It might have been a year later. But it's an interesting series. It's an interesting series. It did have so many political parallels to what's going on right now, and puts you in the mindset of what we're dealing with these fucking MAGA nuts, and why we call them nuts. And when people keep talking about they were brainwashed, they wasn't brainwashed. These motherfuckers were already on board. Even the fuck around and find out people, they was already on board. They just thought it wasn't going to happen to them. And luckily, we have some who have became married and who have said, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we doing this? Look at what we become. Maybe we had a few, that's far and few, I think. But then there's still many more out there, like the Graces, who thinks that, you know, the other people can't get you, but I can't. I deserve to. Because I believe you fucked me over. You out here living high on the hog off of us. And they had a whole year of built up, pent up anger. And this was their night to get their anger out and take out their frustrations. What is she doing? Anywho, child, thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for watching. That's just a quick rundown of some of the movie. Like I said, I try not to give too many spoilers because I'm not sure what they're going to show in the second movie, if they're going to give us a play-by-play about what happened in the first movie. But I do know it's the Purge Anarchy. Anarchy is what's going to happen next. Then I think the next one is election year. And then the fourth one takes us back to the origin story of how it all started. And then we have the Purge Forever. Maybe I said them backwards. It might be, I think that's right. Anywho, child, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.